little bit early, but I don't move as fast. I forgot about volume. Oh, volume won't go through away. Ah, see if we can find me. Find me. There I am. Is that me? Yep. And let's see. I can hopefully see comments. Hi. Oh. This is gonna be. Hey Peggy. Hey Amy. How are you guys today? Let's see if I can get it up here. Yep. Oh, came up right away. Woo-hoo. Get on my way. I know I'm just a little bit early, you guys. Forgive me. I'm a little slow today. Gotta find you here. Hello. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, Janice, I'm getting there. Hey, Amy. I'm a little slow. Because, you know, you take all these meds and it just, oops, volume, throws you totally out of sync. So I've literally been up all night. So it's like really crazy. I'll probably crash this morning, sometime this morning. So we're just gonna get started here with this, and get going. So welcome to Nonnas Nutty House, Nonnas Nut House. No, NonnasNuttykrafts, and I'm Carolynne, and we're just gonna get working here today. So I did something simple because I wasn't sure how long I would last today. So we're gonna do this guy. So I wanted you guys to be closer and just look at the table, but I have a new phone and it's a little bit heavier, so it's not cooperating that well. Hey Trish, hey Cindy. So what we're gonna do is this guy. So I'm gonna break it down. So the head is one piece, and of course then you have the rail back and the rail itself. So this came from Crafty Tessie. I painted the back because it wasn't painted, so I just painted it black. And I took, for this part, I took glue, like that 3,000 or 6,000 glue. Listen, let me just say, Mary, I am bored. I had my husband, I left out tubs last night. I said, please bring these up before you go to work. And I was up. You know, I was just up all night. So, since, you know, when he leaves, he brought them up at 6:30 this morning. I've already emptied those 2 tubs of stuff and going, I just got to go do something because I'm bored. So, my legs, it's okay. It's underneath. Walking, you'll see me limp, but I'll live. So, I glued it and then I stapled it on. The rail, I glued it right here, but I also used 2 zip ties because I didn't want it to slide back and forth on the rail. And then we're going to see, because, you know, I'm new at doing these rails, and depending how you're going to do it, we're going to try 4, maybe 5. We'll see, because it will have a bow and just some tails on the side. So we'll see how this works. Hey, Janice. And you know what? I forgot my glasses. So what I did, I pre-cut these, and I cut them at 20 inches long, and it's just a ruffle, just a standard ruffle, is all. And then the mesh, I don't know where I got the mesh. I think I had this from last year, so I don't know where I got it. Hey Beth, how are you? So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put these little babies in here. I'm going to put them up and down rather than widthwise, just to help cover the rail. We can always add more pipe cleaners to this, but we're going to start with 4. Let's see how that goes. And we'll see how I go. How long I'm going to last today. I thought I cut 4 because I was going to do this project with you. This was the project I was going to do with you guys Tuesday night. And then we found out I was going to have the surgery and all, so it was okay, got to get some, you know, things going. And I don't know why I started on the right side. I always do it on the other side. I'm half backwards today. That's all I can say. So we got these guys. And I'll show you the ribbon later, what I've picked out to do for the tails when we get to that part. Whew. I just snagged. And of course I moved my garbage can over here so I wouldn't have to try to trip over it going this way. The things you have to do in life, let me just say. But it's so nice to be up in my bed. I was so bored yesterday. My husband yells at me. Get in bed, get in bed. And I'm like, dude. I'm just like, dude, I'm so bored. I can't lay in bed. I mean, how many Netflix movies and all can you watch, you know? I think I've covered everything just in the last 2 days. So, that. I think that's going to come out cute for him. Hey, Lila. Yeah, the rails are new for me. It's something just new, and you know, I got a couple of shows coming up, and I thought, you know, let's do some rails for it and see, you know, how this works. And I think 5 might be the lucky winner on this, and not 4. So we're gonna see. So I cut these at 20 inches. Is what I did. So we'll cut one, we'll see. I didn't want to put my ultimate mesh roller up because I was walking past here and I'm limping. And I didn't want to take a chance that I'd knock it over. So all I did on these are just standard ruffles here, y'all. Ooh, everything's sticking. Put that down there. And I just folded it in a little bit on the edge. And then I'm just ruffling it. That's all I'm doing. Nothing fancy here. Oh, thanks, Kay. Yeah, it's good. I'm just a little slow. You know, they got you on some fancy stuff, you know. Though I did pretty good. And I don't like to take the pain med stuff, but yesterday I did. I think I kind of went a little bit too much yesterday. And by nighttime I was like, okay, give me the good stuff. Alright. So let's see. Yeah, I think 5. So I'm doing to slide those 2 babies over. And I think 5 would work better on this, personally speaking. And the 5th one, you know, will probably have the bow on it anyway. So it's going to be, it will give the bow some support in there too. So, as we say, spread the love, y'all, on this. Good morning, Claudia. How are you? Spread the love. Have your friends come play with us. I didn't send out an official broadcast because you know that many chat, we're all having all those issues. So, and I wasn't sure if anybody would be up this early. I was like, hey, Allie. And I was just like, you know, I'm just going to go live. Say I'm going live and just have whoever wants to come in and play this morning. Because I'm sure after this, I'll probably crash. Go back in the bed. Since I was up so early. Oh, good, Claudia. I'm glad. Hey, Teresa. Oops, go away. I'm glad. I usually don't, like I said, I usually don't go on so early, and you probably would get more notice from me if I set up my mini chat. But I just figured, let's just try this and see where I am physically. Carolynne, I'm gonna last. Hey Linda, how are you? Alright, so yeah, definitely 5 was the magic number. So let's just get, let me find all my ruffles here. Where are we? Pull up all my little, and I came up, no, I didn't come up on, because when you're laying around, you get to look a lot on the website and look at things. Good morning. Oh, thanks, Teresa. And I found a different way to do some things on those rails. And I think it's going to be kind of fun to do, try it out. But this one was the one I had pre-planned, like I said, to do with the other. I knew I was going to have surgery so abruptly. All right. So there's our baby. I think that's nice and full. Because me, I always wind up trimming all these things. But you know how that goes. Alright, so now what are we going to do? I think what we're going to do next is make the bow. What I want to do or use, I have this turkey ribbon and this. So 2.5, 1.5. And my game plan is to kind of do this kind of like that for tails. Hey Barb! But I want to do the bow first on it. And see, this is how smart I planned this, so I didn't have to get up and go get it. Hello, my friend. Oops. Alright, so with this one, I want to have it where I do have some tails coming down. And some of the ribbons I picked out. Yes, my rail is 12 inches long. My bad. Sorry, Cindy. I didn't talk about that, did I? Bad me. I have a plaid because I figured with all these colors here that I want to use, I want to have, this one says thankful. I want to have that because we're always thankful, you know, our Thanksgiving time frame. Good day, Katie. Or Kathy. Why did I say Katie? Oh, my glasses. So I wanted to use this. I have a little bit of plaid. I did have a green one. I thought maybe you might throw the green one in there. Then some of the little ones I had, which I thought would be pretty just to throw in there color-wise. So I'm thinking that to that, finishing maybe like that. Maybe like that with the plaid on top. I think that would work. And the green, whoa. I thought I could maybe, whoa. Oh, now that I got it all messed up now. Plaid on top, okay. I hate that when they roll all over the place. Come back, come back. Oh, thanks, Cindy. Wish they'd make 4 rows of the rail, then 3 on the rails. On one side is partly covered in the bottom. Well, you know, I'll show you what you can do with that. Because, you know, if you're only thinking of 2 rails, I'll show you what you can do. If you don't think it's full enough, you know, just going straight across. I thought about doing this, just bringing a little bit of green that would sit on top, because this is our mesh, just to bring all the colors away from this a little bit, so it might make it pop a little bit more. So that's a game plan. So let me reverse engines on all these. Put them all backwards so I know how they're gonna go. And there. So on the rail, what you could do, if you, because you know you'd use the center rail, you can tie, if you want to tie it down here so you can put another row, or tie it like this, you know, and do it. So it's optional. I mean, you could do it however you want. The middle rail seems to be the golden ticket. Hope you're feeling much better. You scared us. So glad. Listen, it scared the dillahickeys out of me, this thing, because like I had said, I was down in New Orleans and my roomies knew about it. That was the room with my feet had swollen so bad that they turned yellow, and I had ice on them. And I wore flip-flops, and you know, you're sitting and stuff, and it's different temperature and atmosphere and stuff, so that's what I was planning it off to. And I came back, and you know, I have 2 replaced knees, so things don't, you know, work as much as they want them to. And it scared me because I didn't think anything of it. The doctor thought something of it. And I went, oh, okay. So he, you know, wanted to play safe, and I'm glad he did. And we checked everything out to make sure it wasn't anything more than what we thought it would be. And so it worked out. Yay. Now we just gotta mend. That's all. And we'll be good to go. So I know I'm talking slow. At least I feel like I'm talking slow. I'll be feeling much better. You see, yeah, oh, I read that one. Okay. That's the problem. Something that ruffles cover part of the sign. Yeah. Okay, there's a new thing I saw. Like I was just saying on the website. I don't know who the person was. You know, it's like one of these on the Facebook. You know, you watch these things that scroll up. It was like, watch this, and I was watching a bunch of silly stuff, and it was one of those, and I don't know who the person is, and I saw a different way to do something different on the rails, and I thought, oh, we gotta do that. But that will be on the next adventure. If I do, I might try it on that one, because I think it would look really cool on that one. All right. Yeah, I had gone to the doctor before I went to New Orleans, because he was we're retired military. My doctor, my orthopedic, was deployed, so I knew he was coming back. So I was having problems for quite some time before, not with the swelling thing though. But we're gonna do this 7 inches, I think. Let me see if I want to make it that big. No, let's make it 6. Or 6.5. We'll go 6.5. We'll split it. But I wanted to wait for him specifically, because I trusted him. So I waited. It's all good. It worked out in my favor. So that's all I care about right now. Okay, so we're going to do 2 in the bottom. Put the green on there. And these aren't going to be really long tails per se. This is kind of a little bit thick. It's not as stiff, but it's just thick canvas, this one. I have no idea where I got this. D. Stevens fine ribbon. Who knows? Who knows where I got it? Usually I label them, but that one was not labeled. I don't know where I got it from. This one came from Decor Exchange. Oh, do I want to do this one next? No, I want to do this one next. Okay, do not cover the top of the rail. It covers fine with covering of your sign. Yeah. Now on this one, let me show you on this. It does have like the 2 holes, so you can take this. I chose on my rails to bring it to the bottom. You can bring it up higher, you know, the rail if you want to, or hook it into the second rail and just use the bottom rail, whatever. You can turn this, and if you want to do this and make it long and do it kind of like a swag, you can do it that way. You can tie your bow in here. I did tie on the Nutcracker when I did the bow here, but I felt it was too high, so I took it out and just, you know, tied it down. I think I did it on here or on here. I can't remember where, but I took it out of the holes for that reason. Oh, I'll heal fine if I sit still. You know how that is. All right. So this just says thankful, thankful, thankful on it. Now, because it's wording, we don't want to have the words go upside down. So we're going to create false tails And you know what? I'm going to cut this off down here. So that way you'll see, keep that maybe later, the word at least once. And this I'm just going to do, gotta do it from behind. So when you have these words like this, you got to be careful, because if I brought this over on top and then twist it, see how thankful will be upside down? So if you bring it from behind, like kind of put that piece behind, then your word will be the correct way. So I'm going to keep this at the same. Now the trick would be, how is my thankful going to come this way? And you know what? It's going to be just fine. Oops. All right, so we're just going to bring this the same length. I don't know why I got over on that side. And I'm only going to do one loop of these. And I'm going to keep it the same length as my green one. Let's see how our words end. Well, didn't do too bad. There we go. Well, good morning, Joanne. How are you? Hey, Dawn. I'm doing okay. Hey, Francis. Francine, sorry, I'm squinting because I forgot my glasses. And I thought about it. I sat down once and I said, oh, I got to get my glasses, and then I got sidetracked. All right, so that's how our bow is going to look so far. Ta-da. All right, so that can go away. Back to me. We're going to put a little bit of this lovely orange and green. And it's like, almost like a burgundy, I guess you can say in there. Good morning. Good morning, Joanne. How are you today? All right. So this really doesn't have a front or a back to it. I was looking because it has some metallic in it. You know, glitter. Not glitter, but I wanted to see, but so it really doesn't matter on this one, but we're still going to do it where we do bottoms up, as we say. We just spread these out a little bit. I got my tail caught underneath there. There we go. And I'll cut these tails and everything once we finish. Once we finish the bow. So this one I'm going to go a little shorter. So you know, when you do it, it's up to you how you want to do it. Yes, bless the page. Hey, if it's your first time watching, hit anywhere on the page and those 3 little white dots will pop up, and hit the notification button. And that way you'll get notifications when I go live. My mini chat is not working today. You can type the word alert down below if you'd like, and then when I get it back up and working, then you'll be notified that way as well. So that way we'll still get you 2 ways, just in case. And yeah, bless the page, you guys. We like to have friends. We love our friends. Okay. Whew, hot in here. I think it's just me with... I am Paula. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I think I've been literally up all night. You know, like I said, you take the meds they tell you to take, and they kind of throw you out of sync, you know, of things. And so I'm not sleeping well. Oh, thanks, Connie. Thank you, my friend. So I've been up literally all night and crazy. Let me just say it's crazy. And then I usually crash in the mornings, and then I'll wake up, and then I'll crash in the afternoons and wake up. You know how that scenario goes, right? We'll keep that out. Oh, I think those are pretty together. I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to put the brown next. I may not use this. Well, we'll see. I want to stick this in there. No. Maybe. Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, so just make sure you hit those 3 little buttons up top too, so you get the alert. Oh, this is pretty on top of this. Good choice, Carolynne. Now this does. Now it's, look how this is. You have rick-rack on this side, and you have plain on this side. So you can use this either way. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 ribbon. But I'm going to put the rickrack on the outside. So we did 2, 1, 2. I think I'm going to keep maybe along the same scenario of that. Go 1 with this. Though it looks really pretty. You know what? I'm going to go 3 with this, I think. Let's go 3. The ribbon isn't cooperating. And this, excuse me, this is nice and stiff too. Good Lord, you would think I'm going through a hot flash right now. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I have to show you these. So I'm in this group called Biz Squad. And Rachel Middle, she's a really guru about Facebook. She has these cards and like 52 pickup. And they have different things on them. And one of them is just like, it's kind of like playing trivia with you guys. So we're going to play a game. Okay. Hey, Joanne. We're going to play the game. I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. Describe oh, you can't do that on here. No, you can't do that one because you have to use the GIF. A reader is confused about blank. What advice would you give them? So I'll repeat it. A reader is confused about blank. What advice would you give them? Fill in the blank. Tell me what you guys think. Go hold that one out. I remember what card I asked. Oh, thanks for the prayers. So you guys type in what you think the answer should be. The reader is confused about blank. What advice would you give them? These are just fun little things to do. Instead of, hey, let's talk about the hurricane. Hopefully everybody that's down in Florida, I knew somebody up here earlier was saying they were from Florida. Joanne, you're up in Ontario up there, so you're good. You're not going to get the hurricane. I have family both on the East Coast and West Coast. Ever notice how when you do not feel well, nothing crop? I know. It is. It's just like this ribbon is like twisting every way. It's true. But in my world, nothing ever cooperates, you know? It's always like, oh. I do like that better like that. With all the extra. With all the extra. So is it too early? Do I get glasses? So we're going to have, that's a good one. A reader's confused about get glasses. What advice would you give them? Get glasses. That's a good one. Good thinking, my friend. Oh, maybe I will put the orange on top of this one. I think everybody's still sleeping this morning. Wake up, y'all. Wake up. All right. This one kind of has a right and a wrong side. See, I hate that when that does that. Because then it gets caught on everything. Drives me crazy. So we're just going to come in a little smaller. We're going to do 2 loops of this, and then I'll finish with the 1 loop of the other plaid one. Y'all are really sleepy today. Okay. Twisted. And bring that one right around. It's a Thanksgiving bow. You gotta have a nice full bow here. Can't have a little wimpy bow on Thanksgiving. So what is everybody gonna be making? When I was down in New Orleans, I mean, we all know turkey and stuffing and stuff. But I was down in New Orleans, and they had this sweet potato. Ah, thanks, Carla. Thank you. It was sweet potato, just cut up in like little bunches. And I don't eat sweet potatoes. I don't. I tried them, just didn't like them, kind of thing. This is basically the same ribbon as the 2-inch. Just a little small, a little bit different texture. So I just want to finish out with that. Answer that, Ron. So the reader is confused about words. Get glasses. I gotcha. I gotcha, girl. If the person is confused, you can say, oh, how can I help you? You know. I need coffee. Listen, girl, I don't drink coffee. That was one thing I tried it when I was a kid. Didn't like it. Never went back. Stay down. Okay, so this is going to be the last one on top. We're just going to do one loop on each side. Look at that. It's doing the same doggone thing. Stop that. There is no really right or wrong on this one either, but we'll still flip it. We'll flip it anyway. And we're just going to do one loop. Oop. Where did I get this from? Okay. All right. And that's it with the ribbons. Oh, good God. Pick up focal point and match with the ribbons. Okay, so the way I picked up the ribbons, it's coming out today. Kai, my lovely dog. Oh, she's in the back. Oh, she's going downstairs. Who cares? She goes downstairs. Let her go downstairs. Usually I get up and correct her, but not happening today. Okay, so this is going to be a nice fluffy bow. And the colors look pretty on it. You're not going to see it all fluff, but that's what that is. So this is pretty thick. I'm going to use zip ties on this. I might need to. Oh, I have a big one. Hold on. I have the longer ones. Just use the longer one, Carolynne. If you don't have the long ones, you can put 2 of them together if you need to. So I've gotten more into the zip ties. I usually use a lot of wire, Chanel stems as well. I hope that was in the drawer. Oops, I gotta turn this right around for me. So, you can only do it one way. Where the little box thing is, I make sure it's on the bottom. And I like to thread mine this way. You can do it however you want. Thank you, Claudia. Oh, so the colors. The reason in picking out the colors, I didn't go. Usually I do that and tell you how I pick out the colors. Okay, so we know we got brown, white, black, yellow, a little bit of red. So in the ribbons here, and of course we're gonna have orange like pumpkins. So I got all the brown tones in here. So I picked out, a little orange to make the pumpkins. You gotta have a little green in there, and this red burgundy. I didn't want to go with bright red for his little waddle gobble thing. But that's what I picked out. And, all the fall colors. He's kind of plain in colors. Some of the, whoops, turning around the other way. I'm working on another project back there. Too. And that's how I pick out the colors. You look at your sign and you can pick them out. I also, because I have the turkey, in here, so all the colors that are in the feathers here are also in here. So got the orange pumpkins, so that's where I get, the orange as well from, the green and all. Hello, Patricia. All right. Oops. So we're going to stick our pipe cleaner. We're going to stick it through here. If you want to stick pipe cleaner, zip tie, you could stick it on the top if it works for you as you're pulling it out, and then, thread it through however you want to do it. There's no right or wrong. I like to stick mine from the bottom. Grab this baby. Plus I'm using a long one, which makes it even harder. Make sure you have it flipped the right way. Oh my God, my fingers aren't working. There we go. Pull it up just enough so you can start hearing it make that little clicky sound. So it's actually in like a rectangle form. Take your zip tie before you get it tight, and you're going to bring it around to the back, and you can stick it in between your two fingers here like that, if that works for you. However you want to hold it is your choice. I go ahead at this point and I just make sure all my tails are down where they're supposed to be. I may fluff it out a little bit just to see where everything is. That one got twisted around. Okay, and then if you're happy with that, start pulling it tight. Don't pull it all the way tight, because what we got to do, we got to stick a pipe cleaner in there. Okay, because you got to have a pipe cleaner. Now I'm going to smush my bow. Now you could lay the pipe cleaner down in the Easy Bow Maker before you start. I never do that because I always forget. So I do it this way. See, and look how I smushed that baby. That's okay. We can fix it. And again, I'll just make sure these are all down here because I want them down here. And then I'll just pull it tight. And we'll cut it off in the back. Now I'm not worried about this, you know, when you do wreaths and you want to make sure this is going to be up against a rail, so this isn't going to cut into the door or anything like that. Now, you don't want to see the pipe cleaner here. So where's that little piece? Is that long enough? No, that's not long enough. So you can choose one of your colors of maybe one of your other ribbons that you have in here, and that you can put across there that will stand out, or just finish it off. I think I'm going to choose the orange one. And I'm just going to use this. You can use a 2.5 inch if you want to, and then you can slice it down the middle. I'm just going to use this one. Cut off a piece of that. And what I like to do, when you're folding this, the wire is, you know, not as pliable. So it just makes it stiff. So I like to pull out the wire from the edges. You could do it however you want. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Patricia. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. Whichever way you can get it out. Come on, come on. You're right there. There you are. Little stinker. And this side doesn't want to come out. When in doubt, grab those pliers. There you go. And I don't keep this wire. It's so flexible, it doesn't do anything. Doesn't work for me. Now I have my ribbon. Now you can slice this down the middle and then fold it in threes to kind of cover the edge. I'll just use the whole ribbon, because that way I know my edges are nice and smooth. If I was using a 2.5 inch ribbon, then I might slice it down the middle. And we're just going to bring this around to the back, and we're going to tie it in a knot really tight. Hey Bertha, how are you? Thanks, Joanne. It's just a little tip. Now, if you don't want to use big ribbon like this, you can also use, like I'll show you what I got behind me. And you want to cut this off close. You can glue it as well. Where is it? So like I have hair ribbons. I'll show it to you this way. I guess it doesn't matter. So if you have a hair ribbon like this that's thin enough, you can use one of the little hair ribbons because they don't have wire in them. And you can choose a different color and do that as well, you know, to go in there. Because these ribbons are expensive. Those are not as expensive. And then I'll take my twist tie and just go once over the knot. All right, so we're going to put this on, and then we're going to fluff it up. We're going to fluff it up, y'all. Now, we put 5 ties in here, so I know the one in the middle is not going to have anything on it because we have this beautiful bow. So I'm going to cut this down. I twist tied it about 3 or 4 more times. And I'm just going to take this and just tuck it behind the ruffle. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to hold these out to the side there a little bit. And let's get this baby attached. Now I'll show you what would happen if I were to put this on the top one. You know where these 2 little holes are here? Here. I'm going to show you why I don't put them there. Which would be the easiest place to do it. If I can get the pipe cleaned through. Here we go. Hey, Dawn. See how high the bow comes? And it kind of covers his face, which is kind of okay. It looks like he's peeking out. But the bow's too high. It just takes away. I mean, all this ruffle, it's like half of the ruffles underneath it and the bow's sitting on top of it. So that's why I don't use those little holes up there. I'm doing okay, Beth. I'm a little slow. So right where I have that ruffle is where I'm going to stick this baby through. Stick one on the top and one on the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to flip this only because I'm being lazy today. And I'll just twist tie it a couple of times. I'll cut those off and I'll fold the wire back in. Look how smushy that bow is. My coach would be yelling at me. Ah, thanks, Beth. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to get my bedroom. I was, you know, when I found out I was going to have the surgery, I was like, oh, okay, you just threw a wrench in my life. Didn't expect that, and I was like quickly trying to do my room, which of course isn't done, but I got the bed, we got the TV going. That's the main thing, gotta have the TV in the bed, and everything will fall into place. I was like, my husband's going, where's the duvet cover, because it's a white duvet right now, you know, the comforter part, and I was like, I don't know where the cover is. It's somewhere in this stuff. So I actually found the pillow shams for the duvet today. Still haven't found the duvet cover. And I have a blanket up on the side because my dog is parking her butt next to me, which she is such a blessing. And you know, the white covers with the paws, you know, when it rains and she wants to go play outside and stuff, and you're like, ugh. All right. So that's where that's going, because I want some of this ruffle to be behind it. Now I could attach it here if I want it to go up a little higher, but we'll leave it for there for now. We'll see how that works. I just gotta make it a little tighter. There we go, because it was wobbly. All right, so we have enough where we can do 2 tails on the side. I cut these at 13 inches. I debated if 13 or 12 inches. We're going to try 13 and see how that goes. I know, my baby, I'll tell you what, she's the best dog. She is right there by me. And she doesn't leave my side during the day. She'll come down when my husband comes home, because he's just working half days now. And she'll come home when he comes home, you know, like, hey, take me out for a walk and stuff. And then she's right back upstairs. And she comes up and she just knows. I mean, she's 50 pounds, so it's not like she's a lap dog. So let's see how these guys work in here. Oh, you froze. Go out and come back. That's the best way you can do that. Oops. So let's see how these look. See if we like them. If not, we can always change it. I like the turkey. I just thought this ribbon, it reminded me of like the feathers, you know, all the colored feathers on, you know. Well, not that they have all these colors on them, but I just kind of like them. Let's do one on the other side. And I only cut one because I wasn't sure. So let's cut it. Yeah, I'm back. I'm slowly back. Slowly back. Not 100% back. But we're working that towards that. So I'm getting there. Oh, she does too. She doesn't like to get up in your lap. I mean, when she was a puppy, she liked to get up in your lap a lot. But of course, as she got older, it was like, no, you can't do that. 5, 10, 15, 10, 13 to make it 18. Right? Wait, hold on. 5, 10, 1 to 3. Yeah. It's because I can't cut it all the way close to the... Oops. That's okay. We're going to cut that off. But she'll like to cuddle. She's a good dog. The remodel is finished. They have to come in, you know, that old like, hey, we're finding little things, you know, that they have to do. You know, it's like, oh, we noticed this and that. Here's the stupid thing. The vanity has 2 cabinets on the side, and it's 3 drawers in the middle. So it's a really deep drawer, medium drawer, and then a narrow drawer. Well, the guy who put the handles on didn't even bother to open the top drawer and put a handle on. And we think the reason being the 2 bottom ones had like a cutout like design on it, and the top one kind of made it look like it was the same as that. So you want to say give benefit of the doubt, but I was just like, because I came across the one handle, I was like, why do I have 1 extra handle? And I thought, oh, okay, well, I got 1 extra handle. And I was the one, like, I'm opening the drawers to try to clean them all, and I realized he didn't put the handle on it. Look, I cut an extra one of those. I didn't need that. I need 2 of these. And so he has to come out and fix that. It's the way it's sewed there. It's like they missed the edge. So they have to come out and fix that. I noticed on one of the other handles, it looked like he may have broken the screw off on the inside. I don't know. But he's got to fix it. Where the lights are, where they moved the wires, the holes are still in the wall up there. So they have to, you know, fix that. So it's like little minor stuff that we're finding. But he said he was going to send the guy out this week. Now, he may not, because I told him I had surgery. I was having surgery on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday I found out that I was having the surgery on Wednesday. So he may not, you know, he may be just giving me time to chill. Although I'd be like, no, you can work. So, but that's, you know, it is what it is right this week. So I'm like, kind of like, part of me's going, fine. I'm glad nobody's here, because I don't know if I could deal with, I wouldn't be laying in my bed, that's for sure. I just feel awkward, you know, like that. I won't be laying in my bed, some guys are in my house. So, but it does look nice. It's weird because it's so different than what we had. So it's getting used to that. The bed being on the opposite side of the wall now. Kind of weird. Whereas you used to get up the bed and you could walk into the bathroom. Now I got to walk around the other side. Because I won't sleep closest to the doorway. That's, you know, that's just a thing I have. I don't know. Like the husband should be there protecting you, kind of thing. All right. Don't my turkeys right side up? Okay. So this is what we got. This is my twist tie is weird. I don't know if I like these. I don't mind the turkey, but I think it's the stripe that's throwing me off. I thought it would look cute, but I'm not liking it. Let me try this ribbon and see if I like this better. I don't know. I thought the stripes would be kind of cute with it, but it's not wowing me, guys. So let's try this and do two tails. Do the tail with this and see how this looks. Put the turkey on top so you can see the turkey. And I don't know why I'm doing this upside down. I think that's better. It's the stripes are throwing me off. I thought of it would be like the tail of the turkey. What's these long pipe cleaners in here? Okay, so tell me. Gotta fix the bow. Do you like the plaid or the stripes? Just put a comment in there saying stripes or plaid. Plaid. See, yeah, plaid. Yeah, the stripes just didn't do it. Yeah. Oh, goodness. We can use the plaid for something else. It just didn't. I don't know. I don't know. It's too bold. Ooh. Oh, we got one stripe. Everybody else is saying plaid. We got one stripe. Oops. Two stripes. Stripes, you're getting outvoted by the plaids. Sorry to say that. Yeah, it's not that it's so bad because, like I said, it picks up the colors in the turkey. It just, I don't know, it just didn't go. And I'm bummed about it because I really like that and I thought it would remind me of like the feathers. I'm going to do the plaid, y'all. Sorry, stripers. Sorry. And what's weird is that there's really only enough room to do one on each side and not do a third one. Do you know what I mean? Because I have it where I can do another one in here, but I think it's going to be too much. Because I made such a big bow. Yeah. Which is fine. You know, there's no right or wrong in doing these things. You can wing it and just have fun with it. Yeah, I just like the 2 too. I think if I put a third one in there, if the bow wasn't as big, maybe I could put another one in there. But, oh, thought I didn't clip it. The bow kind of covers it all, so you're not going to see it, which is fine. We can do it any way we want. I'm going to sit here and fill it with this bow. Hi, Janet, my friend from Ireland. All right, so let's cut some of these guys off down here. I'm not going to cut them too short because I do want to keep the length as much as I can on these. Because I usually do them kind of like a waterfall. And I didn't make these terribly long, these tails either. Good morning, Wendy. How are you? Good morning, Linda. Got lots of Lindas today. Did I do this one? Nope. Let's just see how this plays out. What was next? Bad. Oops, did I cut that right? Yep, that was a funky cut. There we go. That will be better. That will be better. Hey, Emma. Good morning. Good morning. I feel like I'm wraparound. You know, in the morning when she used to do her little mirror. I don't think she's saying good morning now, but now, if you notice on the top of the rail, they have a little hole up there. Now, I don't know whoever winds up purchasing this, how they're actually going to hang it. So what I'm going to do is put a little ribbon up there, just plain and simple ribbon, nothing fabulous. And they can either take it off, or if they're going to use just a straight nail on it, then they won't have to keep it up there. But it gives them just an option, you know, on how they want to do it. Oh, missed the brown ones. To hang it. And I'd rather give them the option than them not having any options at all. Just want to make sure I dovetailed all these babies. Get them all. Yep, I did. Oops. Green one, you twisted it. Now you can take these and you can roll them up. And when I ship something like this, because the bow will take up an extra space, I usually do this. And I usually just stick a little note. I always stick a note card and everything to the person that's purchasing anything. It's a handwritten one. And I make it personalized for whatever, you know, whoever it's going to. And it's just my way, you know, saying, hey, thank you as well. But I'll put a little thing in there saying I rolled them up, and just let them know that they can just uncurl them, you know, when they're ready, you know, when they take it out of the box. And this just gives it, you know, when you uncurl it, if you want to spiral it down, if you want to do something like that. I'm not going to do the spiral with this. I just want to give it a little bit more curl to it, a little bit more dimension. It's like doing, you know, when you were a kid, the curlers. We used to call them banana curls. And you put it in, put a little bobby pin in there, and you were good to go. And do it with wet hair, and you'd have to walk around all day. And then sleeping with all those bobby pins in your hair. Ugh. I remember my mom, she used to like to do it. My hair was long, and she used to like to do these banana curls. And she did rag curls, too, so. All right. So, let's see if you're in frame here. You are. Oh, let me get a little piece of ribbon. I think I'm going to use the little plaid one on this one. And all we're going to do is I'm just going to cut off a little bit of this. Hope I cut it long enough. And I just thread it through and I give them the option. And it's nothing fabulous, it's just a knot. And that way, if they want to put it on a door hanger, they can use a door hanger. If they're going to put it on a you know, something else, they can do it. And I'll just cut these on an angle. I'm doing it because this does not, this hook up here does not work for that. So I know you guys can see this. I'll try to stay out of your way as much as possible. I got delays. This shows me here. This hasn't even caught up. This shows me still tying on the thing. So let me move this a little bit more forward. I got my fluff box back here. Take these off. So that way, what we're going to do is just take our curls, what we curled up here, and we're just going to pull them out. Hopefully I got them all. I think I did. And then you can just spread them out, or you can just do it with your hand, and if you want to give it a little, you know, curly thing, if you want it to come like this, you can curl it down like that. Oh, that looks cute with the brown one, does that one. Brown one curls cute like that. I know, Brenda, I'll bring it a little closer. Let me see if I can move it a little closer for y'all. Can you guys see better? If I move the camera, you're going to see me limping. So that's what I was trying to avoid. But hold on. Let's see, because I can't see. So you just flip your bow around to wherever you want it. My tails. Now if I didn't want them sticking out, I could stick them underneath if I want to. I'll just stick them out here. Gotta cut these too. Here's my other one. They blend right in there. He's just cute. I thought he'd be cute doing it on here. Oops. Instead of putting him on a wreath. This is something, you know, I don't know, you want to say different. Let me grab this one here. Then putting like a sign on a wreath. And I thought, let's put him on a rail and just like he's like peeking out, you know, on top of this kind of thing on the rail. And again, just take these and I'm going to fold them over. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Are you still down in Florida? You better be watching out for the hurricane, girlfriend. I can't see. All right. Hopefully that looks good. I can't see very well how it's angled on that side, y'all. But that's kind of where he is. I'll move the camera in, so bear with. Let me just put this pin away before I have it rolling across the floor. Or I'll actually bring him towards the camera. Might make it easier. For me, that is. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. Now I do have these little styrofoam balls I can put in here just to kind of give it a little extra ta-da, so to speak. Let me hold them up like this. See, I gotta wait for, see, this is why I was gonna have the camera flip today. Oops, hold them up a little higher so you guys get an idea. So he's this cute little gobbler. Call him little gobbler. That's what I'm going to call him today, gobbler. Oh, I can put him back up here. And that's all that it is. And it's something easy to do. It's quick and easy, y'all. You could probably have this done in like a half an hour, you know, if we weren't talking. What, we came on at 9:30, 10:30. Yeah, we did this in an hour. So, easy breezy. Thank you, Brenda. And like I said, it's just a fun little something different. Putting, you know, instead of putting the sign on a wreath, I thought we'd try them out here. See, I'm gonna be doing this all day. No, I won't be doing it technically, but so that's our little guy. Wonder if these would curl out. Let's see if these guys would curl out like a spiral. Oh, those would look cute in the spiral too. So see, you can sit here all day and you can play around with your little guy. And now if you didn't want to cut it on a V, you could cut them on an angle when you do it too. If you didn't want to do it like the dovetails. I'll just leave it like that for now. I'll play with it later. And you could just spread them out. Alright. So that's it, guys. That's our little craft for the day. See, I got my big old bandage on. It weighs a lot, especially when you're going up the stairs. And you're like, good God. So, because I took the compression, so. I know, I am Janice. This, believe it or not, just doing this for an hour with y'all took a lot out of me, which is a good thing, because I hated just staying up in the bed, kind of thing. But just because I was up so early doing the other stuff, it's kind of hitting on me now. So that's going to be it today from NonnasNuttykrafts, Carolynne. And if it's your first time watching, go ahead and hit anywhere on the screen. There's 3 little white buttons up at the top, and hit the notification on there. And then you'll get alerts when I go live. You can type the word alert down below. Thanks, Wendy. And my mini chat is not working right now, but when I get it back up, it will go ahead and give you the alert there as well. So, alright. So you guys, thanks for coming in today. Oh, I gotta get up. Oops. And I will see you next time on NonnasNuttykrafts. Bye.